Peace, this is Mr. Moore from Trialpreneur Sports Podcast, back in other videos. You can see here the 12-team college football playoff bracket. Moving on to the quarterfinal round, which is your traditional bowl round. Fiesta Bowl, you got Texas versus Arizona State. Rose Bowl, Ohio State, Oregon. So you got your old school Big Ten, Pac-12 matchup for that one. Fiesta Bowl, you got Penn State, Boise State. Sugar Bowl, you have Notre Dame and Georgia. But before we get to those games, let's show you how we got there. Friday night, you had Indiana versus Notre Dame. The score ended up being 27-17, but it really wasn't that close. Indiana was outmatched, outplayed. It looked like they didn't deserve to be on the field, and this is one of the reasons why strength of schedule was so important. With Indiana playing the schedule that they did, and the two teams ranked teams that they did play, they didn't look well. They got beat down by Ohio State, and they got beat down by Notre Dame Friday night. And shout out to Kurt Cinetti. He done a great job with their program this year, but they had no business being in the playoffs. They benefited, like I said, from their schedule, them being ranked so high. Even though they lost to Ohio State, they really didn't drop down at all. They pretty much just stayed inside the top 12. But shout out to Notre Dame for the victory. Marcus Freeman's done a great job coaching that team, and they didn't play their best game Friday night. I mean, Riley Leonard was okay. Jeremiah Love, the running back, he had over 100 yards because he had the big 98-yard touchdown run that kind of broke the game over for Notre Dame. But they're a solid team. Like I said, they're not a great team, but they're a real solid team. They're tough. They play really good defense, and they can run the football. So they'll be advancing on. Next game, oh, boy. As you can see, 38-10, Penn State over SMU. And this is the game that really... As an Alabama fan, of course, I want us to be in the play. I'm not saying we would have beat Penn State. I'm not saying that. But, however, I think this game would have been a lot closer. SMU came out. Jennings threw 2 pick sixes in the first half. And it was through 3 picks. I think all 3 picks came in the first half. And it was pretty much over after that. They couldn't generate any offense. Penn State played great. And this is one of the benefits, too, of playing a home playoff game. The atmosphere up in Happy Valley, a whiteout. Like I said, playoff game is cold, December. Great atmosphere, and they definitely benefited from it. But they played a great game. They didn't play great offensively. They didn't really need much production from their offense. Drew Aller only had 127 yards passing. You did get 90 yards rushing from Singleton and 71 yards from Allen. But like I said, the story of the game was the defense from Penn State, flying all over the field, being physical, pretty much shutting down that fast-paced offense from SMU. Like I said, they were the ACC runner-up. They benefited from being in the playoffs, playing a weak strength of schedule. And, the tougher teams that they did play against, they end up losing. So, congratulations to Penn State for moving on. Next game, we got Clemson losing to Texas 38-24. This was a pretty good game. Clemson played a lot better than I thought they would. I thought once Texas jumped on them early, they were going to blow them out. They fought back hard. Cade Klubnik had over 300 yards passing, 3 TDs through the air, but they wasn't able to generate a running game. They only had 76 yards rushing as a team. Phil Moffitt, their top running back, was banged up. So that kind of forced them to change their game plan a little bit, but credit the Texas defense for shutting down Clemson offense. Quinn Ewers for Texas is still not playing well, in my opinion. He had over 200 yards passing, 1 TD and 1 interception. Like I said, he's still struggling to me. I still think Arch Manning needs to be the guy, but I think it's a little late for them to make that move unless Ewers is playing completely off or hurt. The running game is what got it done for Texas. Jadon Blue, 146 yards, 2 TDs. Quintavious Wisener, 110 yards rushing, 2 TDs on the ground as well. They have over 292 yards rushing as a team, and I think that's going to be the formula for Texas moving forward. Establish the run game, stay with the running game. That can open up the play action pass and also play really good defense as well too. So they'll be advancing to play Arizona State. The last game, man, this one hurt as a SEC guy, seeing Tennessee get beat down the way they did. It was hard to watch. I mean, credit to Ohio State, Ryan Day getting that team ready to play after their loss they suffered against Michigan a few weeks ago. How awful they looked on offense. They bounced back. Will Howard had over 300 yards, 2 TDs. Jeremiah Smith, a phenomenal freshman, as you can see here, 6 receptions, 103 yards, 2 touchdowns. Defense that had 4 sacks, pretty much shut down Nico and Tennessee's offense. Tennessee wasn't really wasn't able to generate any big plays down the field, particularly in that passing game. Nico was 14 out of 31, 104 yards. Dylan Sampson, their top running back, was banged up. They wasn't able to establish a running game. And like I said, credit to Ohio State. They played phenomenal. It was a great atmosphere up at the Horseshoe. And like I said, they benefit from having that home field advantage playing in the playoffs, which I love moving forward. As you can see, all home teams won. And I think that'll probably be what you'll see a lot of that moving forward. I mean, it's tough to play on the road with these type of atmospheres in college football. You're going to have to play a really solid game, have an experienced quarterback, no turnovers, play pretty much a near perfect game. So that's how all the games shaked up. Like I said, you're going to have your traditional bowl games coming up in the quarterfinals, and I'll come back later and give my thoughts on those games. But those are just my thoughts. Take care. Peace.